I will say what was told to me by a very senior lawyer many years ago. He said, no matter how busy you are, no matter how stressed out, no matter how tired or fatigued you are, when you are wrapping up with your day, your nighttime reading should be a journal or some sort of a legal compendium of any sort of your choice. Now obviously he's old school, so he says pick up a journal. I say Bar and Bench, WhyLaw, Legally India, these are fantastic publications.
So please tell us about your role at Central Government Council. How was the pressure while handling the cases on daily basis, the high profile cases? So how did you manage all of those cases?
So I got on the panel of the central government at the Supreme Court, I believe in the year 2017. And very interesting phase of my life, very challenging also. So the way the central government takes care of its litigation at the Supreme Court is they have a central agency section. So it's not that, say for example, the income tax department has its own panel of lawyers and they will go to the Supreme Court and say maybe some other government department will have another this thing. They have a consolidated organization called the Central Agency Section at the Supreme Court. They have their own office, a very large one at that, which takes up a lot of space at the Supreme Court court complex. And every government department of the central government sends its matters to the Central Agency Section, which then has a panel of about, I believe, somewhere about 100 to 120 lawyers who all take care of these matters for every such government agency in a consolidated way before the Supreme Court. Now you can imagine that it makes things slightly easier also in certain ways, but also a little complicated. So you've got the Central Agency Section marking matters to the Attorney General, the Solicitor General, Additional Solicitor Generals, and also the panel counsels who are there. It was nice, but it was challenging in the sense that it was a little haphazard on a lot of occasions. The matter is listed for, say, tomorrow. Today at 5 o'clock, I'll get a call from the Central Agency Section saying, sir, a matter has been marked to you. So please come and collect the file. So I collect the file, and then it's not just me going to argue the matter. Usually there is another senior panel lawyer with several more years of experience who is also there, who will also, who has to be briefed. And there will also be, to lead arguments most of the times, an additional Solicitor General who also has to be briefed. Now the last moment when a matter is listed for tomorrow, we have to go and brief the senior panel lawyer and then the additional Solicitor General, and then we have to, and it's not that I just show up at their house and say I'm going to brief, I will not wait for you. We are there, we are the junior lawyers, we have to be there for them. So, someone calls you at 8:30 in the morning, someone calls you at 9 p.m. at night. You have to pander to that to a certain extent. I did that for about a year, and then it got very difficult for me. And it was a great learning experience. I learned a ton about how the government works. But then at the end of the day, I kind of called it a day. And I started refusing mandates by the central agency, and then I did not ask for a renewal of my tenure either. I'm very glad that it was a part of my life, but around the same time that I said no, I kind of phased myself out of it. I also, cleared the advocate on record exam, and then my practice kind of blossomed before the Supreme Court in that little different direction.